I want to do something a little different for December. I want to offer you guys the opportunity to ask me almost anything. What I'm going to try to do is answer 1 or 2 questions a day for the month. So all you have to do is leave a question down below. Keep your questions rather general. If you had a question that you want to get answered, leave it down below and maybe I can answer it. Hey, yo, this is Dash. Get ready. Hey yo, this is Dash, and here we go with another quick answer to one of your questions. Okay, this one comes from the YouTube channel is Bumpy's Smoke and Soul Cooking. He says, good job man, you just hit 14,000 subscribers. I want to get better at filming. He said a better app or editing material. Any suggestions? Well, here's the thing. You can start out by using your phone. You just have to get better at using your phone. Make sure you don't hold your phone like this. Turn your phone sideways. Most of us are watching these videos on YouTube, on a computer, on a TV, on a tablet, and or on your phone. The only way that vertical video looks good is on your phone. Nobody wants to see those black lines on either side of your face or whatever it is you're cooking, your subject, be so blown out because it's pulled back because you're filming vertically. First step, turn your phone horizontally, film horizontally. Another thing you really want to do, make sure you introduce yourself, tell your viewers who you are, what you're going to do, what your intentions of this cook are, and if it goes awry, it goes awry. Sometimes you just have to deal with it, you have to go with it. Now, as far as editing software, there are a few different editing softwares to use or you can use on your phone. Unfortunately, I am not familiar with those because I use a camera and a laptop to edit, with software. The software I use is called Corel Video Studio. You'll have to look into that and you can decide whether that's something you want to do. I found it was actually pretty easy. There are some other free softwares out there. There's one called Filmora. I've heard a lot of people talk about. Alton from the Dogfather YouTube channel uses Filmora. My son, Taste Tester #1, actually used Filmora. And there's another one that I can't remember if I can. Oh, DaVinci. I was gonna say I'll put it here, DaVinci. DaVinci is another video editing software that has a free version and apparently it's pretty good. There's also other things. If you have Apple stuff, I'm not an Apple fan. I loathe Apple, actually. It's usually the hashtag that I use whenever I talk about Apple. I'm not an Apple fan. But there's iMovie and I think it's iMovie that is drop dead simple apparently to use as far as cutting video, editing video. But there's a myriad of things out there. You just kind of have to find the right thing for you. Once you find the right thing for you, stick with it, get better, improve, and then go from there.
Later that same evening.
All right, so while I'm at it, this is Dash coming to you from the future. Bumpy added a couple more questions, so I'm gonna answer them and get them incorporated into what was the beginning of the first video. So he asked a couple more questions or follow-up questions in regards to YouTube. One of the other questions he said, as far as your links in the description box, do you type that every time or cut and paste type of deal? So when you use YouTube on a PC, you can copy and paste whatever it is you have in the description into a default upload setting. So that's what I do. I used to actually have a flat text file that I would copy into each of the videos, but then once I found that that default upload piece, I copy that into that and then I'll update it as necessary. Then he also had another question. He said, not sure if it's Bessie or Bernadette, but why only wood for that smoker? All 3 of my big smokers, Bessie, Bernadette, and Vicky, were designed to run on wood. For whatever reason, Vicky and Bernadette do not burn wood well. It's like they don't breathe well enough. They don't get enough air in and out. Because of that, I modified them to use charcoal. Now with using charcoal on those smokers, it gives me the ability to kind of get some rest while I'm cooking. Bessie, on the other hand, I only use wood on. Again, that smoker was designed to use wood. I only use wood, and that is by far the best cooker that I have as far as breathing. The design on that smoker, the intake, the exhaust, the cook chamber, the firebox, all of those things, check, are perfect. Though Vicky and Bernadette were kind of made in the same vein, they don't work the same way, unfortunately. I don't know whether it's the installation or the intake, the exhaust. I don't know exactly what it is, but Bessie is the only smoker that I have that I use solely with using wood. I love that thing. She and I have been together through thick and thin, through lots and lots of different cooks, and yeah, love that thing.
Flashback.
One of the things I will tell you, video editing, there is a very steep learning curve. When I first got into video editing, I downloaded Sony Vegas Pro, and they changed the name since then, but it was Sony Vegas Pro because I was using a Sony camera. I said, well, best thing I could do is use the Sony software to edit my videos, right? Let me just tell you, I got my butt handed to me by some video editing software. Anyway, thanks again. This has been another quick Ask Dash, and I'll see you guys next time. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one.